past week through the postponement up to now, just what's it been like with the team and how have y'all kind of managed your time and emotions as well through this?
I agree a lot with Coach O. I'm not going to try and be his echo, but we have focused on us, and we've had Max and TJ getting all the reps, obviously, so they're getting, or they have been getting significant time that they, in previous weeks they hadn't really had because they're running with the one. They're taking turns at the one position at quarterback, but and on top of that, they're gaining all that experience, and with everybody else, defense. O-line, D-line, we're focused on what we can do better and not so much what other teams are doing, but what we're not doing. And I think that's going to roll over into the game on Saturday and how we kind of changed our preparation slightly to worry about us doing things that we need to be doing better and things that we can improve on that have nothing to do with the opposing team. And in a lot of these games, and I think it's been reiterated a couple times, we've beaten ourselves. And I think we're going to do better and have a better effort at that of not beating ourselves and not putting ourselves in a position to that we have in the past that we just need to improve our play overall on both sides of the ball, and I think we're doing that.
And I mean, following up with that, you've been on this team a while and have been with Miles Brennan here. I mean, what's he been like behind the scenes working through this, and how have you kind of approached the quarterbacks? From your tenure on the team, and
No, I haven't yet. I've talked to Miles a little bit. He's resting and he's still watching film and he's still in the film room giving guys advice. And he even said it yesterday in his tweet that he's a fighter, and he's not going to let our team, from a preparation standpoint, be lacking. And I really believe that he's going to be right behind TJ and Max, helping them in any way he can behind the scenes. I don't know if he's playing or not playing, but I know he's going to be in that room in their ear, helping both of them as much as he can for whoever plays on Saturday. And if not, both of them play. I don't know, but I know that he's doing, like I said, everything in his power to make sure we're going to put forward the best effort we can against South Carolina.
Hey, Zach. Obviously, you've been on minor league baseball teams. You've been on 5 teams here. I guess just how would you it kind of goes with the first answer you said, but how would you kind of evaluate just the mental makeup of this team and kind of how you guys got to where you are?
Um, we got a lot of, like I said, last year we had a bunch of older guys. We had, I don't know how many guys go to the NFL, but the makeup of last year's team was different. The whole older core of the team was underdog players. You had Joe who was an underdog. You had Clyde who was an underdog. You had Justin Jefferson who was here 3 years. We had an underdog attitude as a team, and it was instilled in older guys. Now we just have a lot of young guys that are inexperienced, and it's just a completely different makeup in general. Guys that are still figuring out how to prepare for games, how to watch film correctly, how to interpret defenses, offenses correctly, and so it's we got some growing pains, and that's with every team. And but like I said, the preparation you're learning now, and these players are learning now, for many of them is going to roll over at the next level. You got to learn how to prepare here, because if you don't know how to prepare here, you're going to have a hard time preparing in the NFL. So I feel like that's a big stepping stone that we're dealing with now. Like I know we had PQ. I said this last week to somebody. I said when I saw Patrick Queen in our facility, he had an iPad in his hand at all times. It was him and Clyde. They always had their iPads on them because they're always watching film, and it reflected their gameplay. They knew exactly what to do. And hell, they still make mistakes, and they make mistakes of aggression. Everybody makes mistakes, but they knew that they were going to ace their test on Saturday, and it was because of the preparation that they put in and their work ethic and want to, and that's why they ended up being first rounders.
Hey, Zach, Michael at Channel 2. Congrats on being probably the most consistent part of the football team.
Thank you.
What are you seeing? What are you seeing in teams right now and in your game? And is it like you said, the preparation? And can you use yourself as an example?
I guess our room, the specialist room, is probably the most experienced room here, and being here 5 years now. You just know, I've had bad moments and I've had good moments, and now you know how to, like Coach Max has done really well with develop in our scheme and how we go and attack teams. And ultimately, it's been the same thing for a few years, but we've opened it up a little bit this year with the hang time measurement of it. He wanted me to put the ball closer to the sidelines last year. Well, this year he gave me more leeway. That's just an example of him changing to what our strengths are as players. And with Cade, he's just been obviously doing well because he had so much experience last year, and he had in my opinion, had a hell of a freshman campaign. And so he's got all the confidence in the world. I'm holding his footballs, and he's like I said, he's got the most confidence in me. And it's just kind of been a well-oiled machine in terms of our room. But with other guys, you didn't have a lot of these freshmen didn't come in to see how the preparation and how things were different. I guess they didn't get to get not a schedule, but a rubric. They didn't get to see the rubric of the weekly preparation toward Saturday. They didn't get to watch Clyde because Clyde's gone. A lot of them are true freshmen playing. They didn't get to see how Christian Fulton, Grant Delpit, all these guys practiced on Tuesday. It was an attitude, and we stacked days together. We prepared. Like I said, the guys were just they had everybody was on a mission, and it's not that we aren't on that now. We've just lost a little bit of the rhythm of the preparation side of it, the rhythm of how you prepare for Saturday. I know I keep reiterating myself, but that's like the biggest thing that I've noticed, and how we've changed year to year.
Hey, Zach, I know you mentioned Cade, and you guys have been working closely together the last couple of years, but just what has been the biggest growth that you've seen from him from year one to year two? And then also, you just mentioned, obviously, the freshman preparation and trying to get those guys caught up. I mean, how have you, as an older guy, gone about trying to teach some of these younger guys how to make those preparations and get them more caught up to speed?
Cade came in with a very good mentality. He already expected himself to be really good, and that's a great quality to have, and especially at the kicker position. He knew he was going to be good. He's the guy that can dissect film and tell you what you're doing wrong and why your kick went right, why it went left, why he knows all that. He knows more about punting than I know about punting. But and that's fine for me, and what I do works, and what Cade does works, and that's how that makes us unique in our room. And I'm sorry, what was the second part of that question?
Sorry, the second part was just kind of how have you, as a kind of an older guy and kind of a leader, gone about teaching some of these freshmen how to learn, preparation, after seeing it last year with Grant and Patrick and all the other guys you mentioned.
I haven't been able to really get in the heads of the younger guys this year. We didn't have the same schedule, obviously because of COVID. We didn't have the same summer. You didn't create the same relationships with players that you had in the past because we missed out on almost the entire spring, and then we missed out on almost the entire summer. So things were a lot different this year. You didn't have that same chemistry going into fall camp that you would have in years past, just because things were so differently. Working so differently. And then, like I said, a lot of the guys in the spring didn't have those Tuesday practices. They didn't have those, Saturday scrimmages. We missed out on a ton of live reps because of COVID. And that's, I don't want to say, I hate making excuses like that, but because a lot of teams have had to go through that. I just feel like we were more susceptible to what's happened because we've had so many young players that did not get to see how it was done last year in the method and the model and the foundation of how games were prepared for last year, which is different, and the reps that we're taking leading up to the season were different. We still practice a lot, but we missing out on all those spring reps and full pads and all that was a big deal. Like I said, and not having, in my opinion, not having that, even on the offensive side, we've had enough reps with Miles because Miles has been here long enough, but a lot of the freshman quarterbacks didn't have the same amount of throws that we would have had in the years past. And I really feel like that's something that we missed out on. And again, everybody missed out on that. We just have to, we're making up ground a little bit in that category, in my opinion.
Zach, you talked about Coach giving you much more leeway on punting. Has that helped your punting average hang time this year? And also, if you've addressed this before, I'm sorry, but the NCAA did approve a blanket extra year for student athletes, fall student athletes that want to come back. I know you kind of made a little comment on Twitter when it came out, but Are you seriously thinking about returning in 2021, or is that still a decision you have to make?
That's still a decision I have to make, but I mean, it's hard. I mean, I've been here 5 years. What's another year, right? I could be tenured here shortly, but it's been a dream. I can't, when I got here, I played multiple positions. I gained 40 pounds. I did all this, and then, now I'm still here. It's kind of bizarre. I know I need to get my life in order, but and right now I'm living the dream here at LSU. And I have been for a long time. And shoot, how many guys get to say they won a national championship here? There's only 3 teams. And like I said, I've been a Tiger since I was a kid, so that's a dream come true for me. And then with Coach Mack, he last year he emphasized a lot more sideline punts, and to get more accuracy on my punts, I would substitute my power, and he noticed that from 2018 to 2019. In terms of distance, hang time, etc. Well, in 2018, our philosophy was a little bit different. It was just kind of crush it, you dig down in there and let it rip. And then this year, he's kind of altered where he wants the location of the ball, which freed up my ability to just kind of lay into it. And what's kind of happened now is I have that mindset of, okay, I can still crush this ball, hit a 4.8, 4.9 punt. But I don't have that fear of it leaking toward the middle of the field, because he's like, Zach, if you hit a 42-yard 4.8 punt, the likelihood of them returning that punt with Racey McMath at gunner is almost impossible, because the dude's a freak. So we kind of went back to my 2018 mentality, and we're still sticking with a landmark, but the landmark isn't as extreme as the sideline like it was in 2019. And like I said, that mindset last year, I hit some good punts last year and put them on the sidelines, etc. But knowing I have a little bit more leeway has allowed me to get more hang time, and as you can see, I've gotten a lot more fair catches, and that hang time has been a huge factor with, like I said, with Racey and John Trey Kirkland, probably the 2 best athletes on our team, letting them go eat. And Racey has a fumble, and I think we're going to get a lot more of them, and guys better start fair catching some more balls, because I'm feeling pretty comfortable hitting the ball with Racey McMath, as dangerous as he is.
Hey, Zach, Wilson Alexander from The Advocate. You were sort of just joking about now how long you've been at LSU and your role in the team sort of as the most senior guy. Is that something, you obviously joke about it a lot on Twitter, is it something that you sort of joke about in your day-to-day life as well, or is it sort of just something that you like to make light of on social media? How do you kind of go about that?
Almost every player on the team kind of messes with me about how long I've been here and who I've played with, because I was here with Leonard, obviously, and I was here under Les Miles. So it's kind of a running joke that I hear on a daily basis. I hear it from equipment managers. I hear it from Bonnet. I hear it from a bunch of people. Everybody calls me old man, grandpa. I've heard it all, even Coach O. But I have no complaints. I'm still in college. How can I? We won a national championship last year. I got to play with some of the best players in the NFL. I have relationships that'll last a lifetime, and now I'm just trying to use you guys to give me some connections for the business world, right? But now I'm just trying to, I'm just living the dream. I played baseball, and I forgot who, if it was Brody or one of y'all said, Zach, if somebody told you when you were 18 years old you just signed a professional baseball contract that you would not make it to the major leagues and you'd be a punter at LSU, I'd laugh in your face. And so that's been a huge, positive light. I was in a dark place when baseball ended, but getting here and getting to go through all this and enjoy, especially now that I'm done with undergrad, just really getting to sit back and enjoy what's happened here and watch Coach O transform this team and the attitude of this team the way he has, and building the team last year. And we're going to build another one. I don't know what year it's going to be, but I guarantee you we're going to build another one. And I think we have a lot of core players on this team that'll be a part of that one. But being 1 and 2, I don't think reflects the ability of our team. I think our ability is up there with anybody's. We just have to perform better and prepare better.
We'll wrap up with Glenn and then Jacques.
Zach, do you have any friends your own age, and do they tell you, when you're getting out of school?
Oh yeah, I got a bunch. They text me after games, and they talk a lot of smack, saying how they wouldn't even, like, if they had an opportunity to play at 31 years old next year, like, what are you even thinking about? The business world can wait. You can work 30 years at a job. You can't play 6 years of college football again. And they heckle me a good bit. And I'm in like a fantasy football, fantasy baseball league, and it's always like the butt of jokes. And we got the oldest college football player playing, stuff like that. But no, they love it because they can say, wow, you're the last player. It's going to be older than me forever. Like there'll be another player at LSU that's older than me. You're kind of keeping hope alive for me in my life. And I'm just like, oh God, I don't, don't do that with, my mindset. Cause when I come out, I'm going to be having to fight against guys for, I'm going to be competing for a job too. Hopefully after the NFL that is, but no.
Do you have, how many degrees do you have? Are you a graduate student right now?
I'm a graduate student. I just have an undergrad degree. But yeah, I'm in grad
In
school.
what? What is that in?
It's 3 minors. It's like business, philosophy, and I did geology.
And you're a graduate student in?
Well, I didn't take the GMAT. I want to take the GMAT. I didn't take it during COVID. So I need to take the GMAT so I can try and get into the business program at LSU.
Gotcha. Thank you.
No problem.
Hey, Zach, Jacques, Michelle, and I have enjoyed covering your career. I can remember when you were playing baseball at Zachary, and it feels like a lifetime ago and everything. But you mentioned the NFL. We saw Ferguson get drafted last year and everything. Could you imagine yourself a 31, 32-year-old rookie and punting in the league for a long time?
Yeah, I could. I just don't know if somebody's going to take a chance with the draft pick with a 31-year-old punter. But I do believe that they would sign me in free agency. I do think that would happen. But again, I could be wrong. I don't know. I haven't talked to GMs or scouts or anything. I'm just trying to, do my job at the best of my ability. It's my chess match it's a game within a game. I'm trying to do that as best as I can to put my team in the most advantageous, especially the defense, the most advantageous position I can. But no, if I got drafted, shoot, I'd probably cry. But I don't know if a team's going to take a risk like that on a 30-year-old punter. And again, like I said, maybe if I run like a 4.6 40 or something, they might draft me. But I don't know if I have that skill set in me right now. So, but we'll see. Like I said, I know somebody will take a chance on me in free agency, and I'll have to beat out a guy. But a draft pick, that would be a dream if that came true.
Thank you, Zach.
No problem.